and Steve Rewire, communications expert, back here on CT Style.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
No doubt about it. Today we're talking about feedback, how much you should take, give.
Yeah, we're talking about that advice, that unsolicited advice.
Is that like constructive criticism, maybe a nice way of putting it?
Any way you say it, it's really about feedback.
Okay.
And sometimes we hear it and it seems innocent, but then it gets a little wonky for us. It's hard to hear. Let me give you an example. So you meet your girlfriend in a coffee shop. She's talking about how beautiful you looked at a party last night. And you're like, I look so good, right?
Yeah,
and so she said your dress was really pretty and your hair looked really good back and your jewelry looked good. Probably wouldn't have done the red shoes, but
wait,
you were serious.
What did you just say about my red shoes?
Remix.
Hello. So you called that out, right? It's because that's what we hear.
You hear the negative
You
thing.
hear the negative. Despite all the great positive compliments, you hear the negative. And we are primed to do that.
Why is that, though?
It's natural. It's natural. Neuroscientists say that we are actually programmed this way. And it's about survival. Let me tell you why. So we're living in New Haven 3,000 years ago. We're hungry. We think, let's go get some berries in the forest. And we know that there are 5 berries in the forest. 4 of them are nutritious and delicious. But the 5th berry is toxic, and it will kill you.
So you got to be extra careful.
You got to be extra careful. And that's what you're thinking about when you walk into
that one
the
berry.
forest. That one berry. Better to be safe.
So should you assume that these are positive things most of the time? Or?
Typically not, though, I feel like.
You know what?
When someone asks for feedback, what do you...
That's right.
Well, they're trying to help you, right? I mean, they're telling you because they love you, they care about you, but they're, hey, get rid of the shoes.
It's really hard to hear feedback from people who we care about or we love, like our wife or our husband or our partner, because these are the people we want to respect us and accept us unconditionally. So feedback sounds like rejection to us, so we'll tune them out. So if
the people that are closest to you, but then you could have Joe Schmo down the road who says, wear the red shoes.
I mean, they said we hear plenty of feedback from strangers often, and it doesn't really faze us too much. When you hear it from your parents
when you hear it, then it's hard to hear. You know, that's exactly a great idea, Ryan. You might be giving somebody feedback for years, and then they come home from the office and their colleague has given them this incredible advice, and you're like, wait a second, that's the same thing I've been saying for years.
Why haven't you been listening to me?
But suddenly, you know, God spoke through Ted in accounting, and now Ted is a freaking genius, and you're like, wait a second, what happened here? But we are actually primed for that.
Well, how about when you're talking about one thing and you give them a little feedback, and then it leads into, and you should also, you know, look at that
keeps going.
makeup. And then it kind of spirals.
That's called switch tracking, like how the train switches the track. And some great researchers who talk about negotiation, Sheila Heen and Douglas Stone, have come up with this concept where you can go veer off course if you're not careful. Suddenly you're not listening to the content anymore. You're thinking, hello, who is Ted, number 1? I've been giving you this feedback, number 2. Why are you listening to this?
And you're not listening to the actual content.
That's exactly right.
But you kind of have to not focus on the negative, right? You have to teach your brain how to say
you can actually rewire your brain. Scientists say you can do it, you know, because think about the berries again. When we are in the forest, we're thinking about the negative. So your brain is chock full of all these negative memories. So you have to try to balance it out by maybe spending some time thinking about some happier things like love or joy or satisfaction.
CT Style.
Or CT Style. Thank you so much, Ryan. And I was going to say that, but now that you've said it, the world knows.
We figured we would. We want to give you some feedback and you as well at home. Make sure you guys head on over to Steve Rewire. Check him out online for more communication tips.
Thanks for being here.